Oh, the smell on these is so amazing. I like wish I could send smell through the camera. Everything is looking really good. Welcome to Scofield Farm. I'm Carice, and it's been a little bit because I've had, oh goodness, this last couple weeks I've had so much back pain. I had my back go out. I had to actually walk with a walker, and I'm still recovering from shoulder surgery, so that was really tricky, and it kind of kept me away from the garden, away from a lot of stuff because I could barely walk. So I'm glad to be back on here and to show you kind of what's happened the last couple of weeks with my garden and my plants and just stuff going on here, even the homestead. We had chicks that we got, I showed you in an earlier video, and the lilacs are finally blooming. I have not been outside a lot lately. I had a back injury. Oh my goodness, and we have our little pullets out getting some outside time, and they like the lilac bush. Hi girls. You're all under there, aren't ya? We also had a mama hen who was broody hatch out an adorable teeny tiny, I'm pretty sure it's like a bantam sized chick. I want to show you what she looks like, hopefully a she. We got a surprise baby chickie. Oh, Mama is a little distressed that we have the chickie.
Can it be all of ours?
I don't know. I think it's that mama's. Here, you got to give her back to the mama. The mama is a little panicked. I think at least one of our buff Orpingtons of the ones that were supposed to be like 95% pullets that we got from the feed store, at least one of them I think is a rooster. That happens. But I want to show you these plants. We are already in the midst of sending a bunch of my plant starts home to local gardeners. This year I was managing, like, I think it was over 37 orders, and some of them are, you know, one tomato plant, and some of them are pretty good sized orders. So let me show you kind of how things look right now. These are different plants sunning. I mean, look how much these tomatoes have grown. They are nice and tall and happy and ready to get in the ground. Our temps are ready for planting in our area right now. I just am not ready for planting. It's my back, my shoulder. Our garden beds need to be cleaned up. I'm going to take you over there and let you see what it looks like, but everything is looking absolutely great. I have sent home, goodness, over 100 plants so far to other people, probably more than that. But everything is looking so good, and I am very excited for when we finally get a plant out, those of these that are ours. My little herb garden is just coming along. Still have lots of daisies. I actually need to deadhead some of those, but that you know requires bending, and that's hard with what's happened with my back lately. But I have a bunch of different things that are doing well, and I'm so curious if the ginger knobs I left over here in this blank spot, if they come back up on their own. I already am starting more ginger. Well, already started more ginger inside that I can plant in that area, but I want to see if my experiment worked because I leave dahlias in the ground right here and they come back. And so I think that our temperatures are okay for ginger to come back, but this is the first year I've tried it, so we'll see if it actually works. So in our messy garage, we have Mama. Oh my, she's flaring her tail. She does not want us to bug her. That's like her sign, leave me alone. Can you get the chickie out for us?
Yeah, I can.
What is Buddy wanting over there? Buddy! Oh, baby. Yeah, she doesn't want us to get the baby. Hello. Oh, look at those wings. I haven't seen this baby for a couple of days. She is adorable. Wow. Do you think that she's a girl? I hope that she's a girl.
I think
She's so cute. Well, since I've been out here, the grapevine came fully in. So sorry, my neighbor is mowing and I do not have a microphone. But the grapevine is like fully greened up and I had no idea. That's pretty fun. I don't want it to choke this apricot tree I have. I want the apricot tree to live. So hopefully we can just cut it back and give it some space. So I'm out in the garden. I haven't been here for a couple weeks because of my back. I literally haven't been here since I made that garden tour. And I actually recorded the last day of March, or day before last day, the day before Easter. And you can tell I haven't been here. There are things bolting. It's just a little different. Let me show you how the asparagus looks. I guess some of this is mustard bolting, but some of it's asparagus. Yeah, so I think I need to come out here, have someone come out here and harvest more. Now this is mustard. You can see that. But this is no, that's also mustard. This is asparagus, and it's like, I'll still pick it, but it looks like it's about to flower, and that was a mistake. Ooh, this is pretty. This is dill. We have some dill, and we should start harvesting that so we can freeze it and use it for pickles. I found that freezing dill is a great way to retain the flavor for preserving it, and so I like to freeze my dill that I'm going to put in my pickles. And so this might be one of the things we try to harvest real fast today, because as I said, I'm just kind of getting a feel for where things are at. We technically could plant, but we're not really ready to plant because we've got a lot to do in here. I would like to direct sow some stuff though, if the kids want to. Do you guys feel up to direct sowing a few things maybe? Maybe a couple things? We'll see if we can get to that. We got to look around this whole place and see how it looks. Well, okay then. All right, so these got a little big. I'm gonna cut them. I think this one could even be cut, even though it's small. These. Interesting. Okay. We have some over here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back up, but I'm down here. This one maybe could be left to go. That one is flowering accidentally. Okay. We just haven't stayed on top of things very well. I've got these so far. Some of them look kind of short, like this one. I don't think we're gonna harvest that quite yet. See how it's kind of small? Okay. Let's go over here. Oh, that one's good. Oh, so I can get up and down. Right here. This one's smaller, but we can get it. Yeah, you can snip a couple. How about do these?
There's tons of poppies blooming.
Yeah, there's a lot, right? Get those. We'll go look at the poppies in a minute. You want to get the rest of those? There's a bunch there.
Oh, there's a few more.
Yeah.
And this one?
Sure. Will you go put those in the box for us to bring inside? Thank you. Yeah, just cut it maybe down here. It might come back. The way dill works, it might come back. So just cut. We'll see. Sure. We'll bring that in and we'll put it in the freezer for later. I want to make some dill pickles. All right, that looks good. Delicious. Look at our potatoes. I need to put more hay in them. Those took off. Oh my word. Well, that's encouraging. They love the rain. We're not gonna have rain for a while, but
It's like a good forest.
yeah, we're definitely gonna have to come back out here and put some more hay in. You can see that it's not mulched very deep. See that? It's like way down there. But we'll put more hay in there, and they're doing so good. So far, so good with our experiment of using bags. Okay, so my parsley's kind of bolting, and I don't want it to. I think we're going to cut it way back. Maybe see if we can get it to stay alive. I don't know if it will. It might not, but we have so much I don't want to lose it. Oh, and my goodness, all these cauliflower are bolting, which I knew they would. The red cabbage is bolting. I knew that would. We could cut a bunch of this solstice broccoli still, though.
Mom,
And look at this. The calendula are so pretty right now. Those are beautiful. Yes, Sam, I know you're behind me and you want some chard. This is not supposed to be a garden tour, but I'm just checking. This all looks like, I can't tell if it's gonna bolt or make a head. This looks like it's starting to make a head, maybe? It's gonna be like almost 70 all week, so I'm not sure. We have a lot of things bolting. Oh my word, look at those poppies. That is so lovely, all the way down the pathway. Oh, that's a happy sight. With all the kind of mess I have to clean up, I'm real happy about this. This, I like this. I'm gonna have to look and see. But that's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
The strawberries are blooming and we have not cleaned it out yet, guys. It just looks better. There's still all the dead, dry stuff underneath, but that is so pretty. All right, I guess we might have to clean it out and fertilize it, feed it with good compost or something a little bit late. But hey, we will get strawberries somehow, one way or the other. And we got a little bit past doing our radishes, so we need to hurry and harvest them. Some of those might be hard to eat if they start bolting a little bit, so we'll see. Let's just start pulling them up, guys. Yeah, they look nice. I just think some of them might be a little bit past their prime.
I think this one's a little past.
Okay, we're gonna pull these the most that we can. Shake them loose. If they're this little, you can actually check before you pull them out. You can look kind of like this.
That one's big enough.
Yeah, and do that. Just pull the dirt away from the shoulders. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We're getting radishes, guys. I think maybe we'll plant a couple things today. Yeah. Oh, there's a good one.
Oh, that one's big.
Yeah, that one might be a little hard because it's got that bolting stem, so I'm not sure, but we will try out and see. Can you help us get some of the ones that look ready? Oh, and there's some bees on the chives. I think that one's good. Okay, look, that's a nice little pile of them, though. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad. We should have probably harvested them a week ago, but I couldn't get out here. Leave the little ones. They'll still grow. That one's pretty good. No, I think that one's good. Yeah. We're going to harvest some of our celery, like huge, because I think they're going to bolt. And if they're too tough to eat, we'll put them in like soup or bone broth, vegetable stock, something like that. No, that's not what I mean. I mean like literally cut it across at the base.
Not big.
Then you need to go get like a knife. Like your pocket knife. I bought you a pocket knife for Christmas. Come back out with it, okay? So while my boys are looking for their knives that I bought them for Christmas, I'm just gonna tell you that this time of year is always so overwhelming, and I can barely look at you guys because the sun is right overhead. It's really overwhelming. It's like such a cool transition to season. You know, it's definitely not winter, but the spring is like weeds, and it is bolting, and it's planting, and every year I am selling extra plants, which is very, very consuming, very time consuming and mentally consuming. Like, what if I let these plants die the night before someone picks them up? I have those kind of thoughts, like they're fully hardened off, but then when it gets warmer, like it's in the 80s this week, you have to water them more often, and I just can't forget. We have like full-blown soccer season, full-blown dance season in the spring. It's such a busy time of year. Most our birthdays are spring birthdays. And then I hurt myself, and then I'm recovering from surgery. So it's a little daunting. I had a couple meltdowns this week wondering if I was going to even get a garden in this year. Even though I have a lot of starts, I'm gonna try to direct sow like my melons, cucumbers, squashes, pumpkins, all of that stuff, because I didn't have the bandwidth for trying to have my family manage all those starts as well. It's been a lot to manage. They have been very gracious. Gardening is my passion. They love to eat from the garden. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm one of my boys, it's 18. He might be moving to Southern California for college, and he told me that, you know, if he moves, he's gonna have to shop at farmers markets because he's like ruined for produce from a grocery store. So everyone loves the benefits of it, but the work of the garden, it's mostly my thing. So my family's been super gracious, super helpful, and honestly, more than they had to be, you know. So we're gonna try direct sow some things. I'm gonna see if we can do it on this video, or if it's gonna be later, because once I got out here and I'm seeing like the celery that's huge and probably needs to be harvested, you know, maybe we'll leave the stump in for it to come back, but I think it's gonna bolt. And parsley is huge and is bolting, and maybe if I would have cut it back last week, we could have avoided the bolting because I didn't start more this year. So I'm just kind of like, as I'm out here with you guys, I'm like making the mental process like, oh, that's gotta go. Oh, that needs to make room. Like things I hadn't thought about. So it's an interesting year. And I think every year you could say that in some way. That's okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Okay, we got a new one. You can take that inside though. Every year's different. And so, oh, we got the knife. Wait for me. Okay. So yeah, if you cut it across, maybe it will come back. And if it doesn't, we'll just bury it. But that's good. Let me see that. Okay, show me how big it is, because it's kind of nice to see this. We planted last spring. It's celery de Aline, and it has been a great one. I do have extra starts of this, so I'm going to replant it. Oh, I didn't think I wanted you to get that one. Well, you already started, so just do it. That one's small, so I was gonna keep that one in the garden.
I'll keep it. I didn't really start.
You didn't start? Okay, do the big ones. That's what I wanted, the big one. Maybe. Maybe I want to come back. I'm trying to decide. We'll see how much room I have, and if I don't have room, I will take it all the way out. But it would be nice to come back if I did have room.
How deep do you want it?
I want it kind of where that color changes. See where that color changes right there?
Right there?
Like you see, yeah, there's a color change.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, and then if it comes back, that's great. Or maybe I'll decide against it, but I'd like to have the option right now.
It's massive.
It is massive. So this celery de Aline, I actually got the seeds at Baker's Creek. I don't have any affiliate or anything with them,
Nice.
but they
I
do
wanna cut
really
this
well
one.
in Northern California. They seem to do okay with our heat and our winters. They grew year round for me. They have a good flavor. The girls are like chomping at them over in the corner. They rinse them with a hose. It's hard, huh? It's so big. And some of it might be tough, so we might have to use it for like bone broth and stuff.
Yeah, let me then.
Show me that spring onion. Yeah, if we have another one, is it have a little bloom stalk like that?
Well, it has like, yeah, it has one of those.
A big one or a little one?
It's kind of a little bigger than that.
Okay, if it's a little bigger, there's one somewhere in the garden that I was wanting to keep to collect seeds from. So as long as it's not that one, you can take it, okay?
over there.
Okay, go get it. Oh, let's see that one. That is, see how good that celery does? And we've actually harvested from outer stems of that celery a lot. So this is a variety we are going to grow forever, I think. Forever and ever. Yeah, any ones that are big, the skinny ones, I think we could leave to get more. That looks like it's some... Leave that one. Let's do that one next to it first. We're going to have to figure out how to eat this. We should make some more hummus up.
The seed isn't that big, but the onion is.
Oh, let's see. Nice. It's a good one. Thank you for getting that. Can you go put in our tray? Okay. How's that? Oh, that one's pretty good. Look at those. See, so these are good. We could use them for eating. We could chop them up into a soup or a stir fry. Oh, lovely. You see the bugs. All organic, guys. All organic. You didn't even wash it. Showing you how thick that is. That's like that big. So this grew really nice and huge. As I said, wasn't meant to be a garden tour, but we do have a little bit of lettuce left. Not a ton. We always have chard. Always and forever. And some of it wants to bolt, so I'm going to have to cut that back pretty deeply to keep it. Oh my gosh, we have beets that want to bolt too. So we're going to pull the beets out. Beets. That's not too bad. It's not humongous, but it's not too bad. Get some of these beets out of here because they are wanting to be done whether I want them to be done or not. If nothing else, yeah, we need to do some stuff. Our carrots did terrible this year. They just did. Those aren't ready, I don't think, but this one.
It goes every other. What's that?
It's a beet.
What?
Oopsie, it's a beet. I was taping my knee. Oh,
That's a beet?
yeah. And what is by you over there? Our snapdragons came back. They are so pretty this year. Oh my goodness. And they snap.
Just like a dog.
That's so cute. I love snapdragons. Do you love snapdragons?
That radish is so spicy.
Wait till these snapdragons bloom. Oh, and the chives are blooming. This is one of my favorite things in the spring garden is all the blooming chives, and the bees love them.
There are tons of mosquito larvae.
And here's my strawberry patch in the path. And it's blooming, so we can get some strawberries before we have to transplant them. Oh my, I think I'm funny. Okay, we're gonna cut the parsley way back because it's bolting. I don't want it to bolt. We can dehydrate or freeze this. I've been using parsley in green smoothies. I have found in my green smoothies, it adds like almost like that brightness of citrus. So I've been putting chard and parsley in my green smoothies. I like mangoes, blueberries, bananas, collagen. But the parsley is like a new addition that I hadn't been doing. So I'll use the bolting. I don't care if it's bitter. I'm gonna have it with fruit and sweet stuff, and I don't wanna waste it. I have plenty of seeds. I don't need to save this for seeds right now. I actually more need the room and hope that, you know, it will come back or something. or at least last. I wish I would have started some now. I'm kind of kicking myself. There's so much still pretty out here, even in the crazy, including my sweet chickens that are working my compost pile for me. A lot of you asked me in comments of my citrus, feeding my citrus, if I just put compost underneath. We do a lot of compost, but we used a lot of our compost. So this stuff in here is not ready to use yet. We do feed fruit trees, fill garden beds, do flower sections with compost a lot. It's just we have to wait for the process to be done. One fall I made the mistake of putting unfinished compost in my garden beds to top them off. I was like, oh well, it will finish over the winter. I stunted all of my lettuce, all of my brassicas that year. Things did terrible. So I learned my lesson. If we don't have our compost done, we're gonna have to supplement. We grow a big garden. We have 36, I think, maybe it's 39 fruit trees that are young, so they need to be fed. They're not established. And it's just how it is. It's okay. I'm not gonna pretend like I have everything all together. I'm totally aiming for a sustainable lifestyle that honors the earth and honors God. My people are from here. I'm minimum wind to. I really value honoring the earth, feeding the soil, giving back as much as I take. But the honest truth is that we've only owned this property for not quite 5 years. We started from scratch. We didn't inherit, established gardens and fruit trees. So it takes a lot on the front end to get things established. We're starting 2 new garden beds, and I'm not even sure if that compost is going to be ready to fill those beds. So you guys get real. You're going to see me in my process, and you're going to see how things go. And sometimes things are not the ideal way to go, but I have learned a long time ago, especially having 7 kids, you got to let go of ideals. I'm sure there's a perfect way to do everything, but then there's the way that actually helps you not quit. That's the way that we do. We do the way that helps you not quit. And, I don't use sprays in my garden. I don't even use those organic sprays. I spray bugs off with water. I pick things off. I plant a lot of pollinator friendly, blooming things to attract ladybugs and all sorts of things, you know what I mean? But it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And so hopefully that's okay with you guys. Hopefully you're good with learning how to be more sustainable, how to be more natural, but also knowing that there's going to be bugs. There's going to have to be sometimes bought citrus food that's organic, right? We make our own bone meal. I made a video a long time ago that I'm sure you have never seen because I think it only has 86 views and I made it over a year ago. But we make our own bone meal. We use the whole chicken. We use it. We're going to get the mileage out of the food and the animals that give their life for us. We have made bone meal with venison bones. We're not going to waste as much as we possibly can. We are going to use things. We're going to put them back into the earth. We're going to honor their lives. But you're going to see things that, once in a while we have to buy citrus food because we have, oh goodness, I want to say it's 18 citrus trees. It might be 15. I've lost track, but that's a lot of citrus trees. And so our amount of compost does not keep up with that yet. I'm hoping someday it will, but not yet. Oh my gosh. Let me show you why we do raised beds. Oh, this is so maddening. I made a bed of basically raised without sides and bottom for a potato patch. And look at that. There is a huge tunnel hole, probably a mole or gopher. I am not smart enough to know which one it is, but it goes very deep. And that is why we mostly do raised beds with hardware cloth because that is ridiculous. Now I'm not sure what is getting into my stuff. It could even be a ground squirrel, you guys. Oh no. The boy's reminding me that could be a snake. I don't even want to think about that, okay? I don't want to think that could be a snake. I don't want to think about that. My sweet chickens are dust bathing. Oh my. Happy, happy life. We love our chickens, don't we, guys? Don't we? We love you. All right, we just put some cucamelons in here. We've never grown cucamelons. Have you ever tasted cucamelons?
No. Here, put it back in.
Wait,
Please do not lose our seeds. Show how little the seed is. The seed is tiny. Okay, let's see what they look like in here. They are tiny. They're very small. I thought they'd be like the size of a cucumber seed, but they're not. There you go. Okay, we're gonna do some more cucumbers on this other side. Just do one per hole. I think I put like 4 holes so we can maybe get, I don't know, maybe 2 plants will live after the pill bugs try to attack them. It's bait alpha. They're very good. Those don't get bitter. I like those a lot.
And they're big, so.
Yeah, they're slicers, but sometimes slicers get bitter in heat.
Oh no, but they're massive seeds.
Okay. Compared to the cucamelons, they're not actually massive, but the cucamelons were tiny. Okay, so just, I think I have 4 holes there. Did you find the tag? Good. Yeah. That way, last year I forgot to label some of our cucumbers. And then I forgot where I planted them. There we go, yay. Okay, now gently cover them in and then we'll have your sissy water them in. You have to go like the whole line. You have to do the whole line. Okay, even over to the corner. There we go. Now over on this side, okay? We did some cucumbers over on this side. You want to come around? You're not going to reach. You got to walk all the way around to the other side. There you go. Oh, these are going to be so fun.
Okay, and around right here.
Oh,
because
you're going to flood them, honey. Okay. You did so much.
Wait, right here.
Yeah, there's one right there.
I'll just do it.
Okay.
And right here, because
Well, you never know. It might even do better.
because of me.
Pickling cucumbers. Oh, I can't wait till it pickles. We just harvested that dill. We love to grow things vertically. That's why we use these cattle panels, and we just have the cucumbers go up and then they go back down the other side, and it works really, really well. The garden really is already changing a lot, and it's going to change even more as we keep planting. Like, I'm just excited we're getting cucumbers done today. I don't have the energy to do all the other direct sowing I was going to do, but it's just going to keep changing and ebbing and flowing. It's going to be so good. I just know it. I think the last one we're going to do today is lemon cucumber. I'm just worn out. My body's not quite up to normal yet. Really, my body hasn't been normal since before surgery, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Ate it.
All right, we can do this. Okay, one more onion. Lots of spring onions. When they start bolting like that, they're usually from the year before for us. I just harvest some spring onions and we eat them. They're so good. We saute them, we put them in all sorts of stuff, right? All right, thank you for helping me. Could you go put that food away too? Thank you. So I guess that's where I'm at, is we got a few cucumbers planted, some cucamelons for the first time. I can't wait to see how they're doing. Showed you a little bit of the garden, showed you the chickies. Oh my gosh, and the pullets that are getting bigger. They are super cute. And I guess one is probably a cockerel, maybe 2. But I'm looking, the sussing. I have to do a walk through my garden to kind of decide where things are going to be laid out. I'm honestly feeling a little overwhelmed because I'm growing a lot of tomatoes this year. That's why we're gonna have 2 new beds, okay? But then I want to grow a lot of squash, a lot of pumpkins, a lot of cucumbers, cucamelons, a couple things I hadn't grown before. And obviously I want to do loofah again. I have like 3 or 4 plants started, but my brain's exploding on running out of room. Do you experience that too? I don't know. I mean, you know, we've got a lot of room now, but we always are going to have some sort of limit on garden space. And so I'm feeling it because I want to grow more. And so it takes more room. It's always going to be an issue, I think. It doesn't matter how much space we have. We have like several acres unused, but that costs money to build beds and fencing because we have all sorts of things here that get in the garden, like deer and whatnot. But anyway, I'm feeling thankful. I feel like the garden looks better than I thought it would. You know, it needs a lot of work, but this is going to be a good year. I really hope my body cooperates and keeps healing so I can get down there and do more of the work myself with my hands in the dirt. But I'm thankful for my family as I wait for my turn. My turn will come, but right now I'm leaning on their support. The garden does not look too bad. There's the wood for our future beds. that will go right here at the end of these arches. And yeah, everything is just, it's starting to come alive and it's getting wild, and yeah, it's going to be quite a garden, I think, this summer. Let me know if you're also feeling that spring overwhelm, and if you have like a to-do list for the garden and homestead a mile long like I do. And if your place looks like it has not been weeded ever, because mine definitely looks like I've never weeded this property at all. I'll see you soon.